Sorry, I don't understand.
Serious nigga, what the fuck?
Oh my days. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show, the Arsenal edition. This is today's host, Deen, and I am here with Gabby. How are you, Gabby?
I'm here under duress.
And Coach, are you finally defrosted, my friend?
No, I'm not. That's why I'm wearing a fleece, bro. I'm not defrosted, bro. It's cold, bro. I got tricked.
Yeah, I know, folks, it's been a while, but we don't have to talk about that. I'm sure we'll get to it in bits and pieces. I have nothing to explain to anybody. I'm here now. Okay? Get over it. In any event, we're here to talk about Arsenal 2, Wolves 1. Guys, that stunk. That stunk. But before we get into that, Arsenal did have one good performance this week, or at least good in many respects, not so good in other respects. And that was a 3-0 win away in Bruges in the Champions League. The big highlight, or the big lingering highlight for me, Gabby, is that your boy, your namesake, Gabriel Jesus, returned from the dead and showed us glimpses immediately. How did you feel when you saw Mighty Mouse and his eyebrows return?
I'm glad that everybody else is happy. That's what I'm going to say about that. I will never not be a Gabriel Jesus hater. I'm sorry. And when he played and the amount of shots he had in that side foot soft shot today in midweek, it reminded me why he irks me.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys can see why I've missed this so much. You know, like this negativity that I didn't have in my life the past couple months. Like I missed it so much. Let's go to a more positive person who is still freezing. Coach, Gabby Jesus returned in midweek. Gabby's a hater, but what are you?
A Gabby Jesus enjoyer. He plays pure football, man. And I think our attack, regardless of what configuration of our attack, is that sort of player profile who can essentially explode blocks is key. Whether he can finish or not, that's not my concern. I'm only concerned about pure football. That's all I'm concerned about. I don't give a shit about the most important part. Can you entertain me and can you leave people on their ass? Yes. We'll figure the rest out, bro. I promise.
Can you joga di bonito? Okay, yeah. Then fine. You know, all right, fair enough.
I mean, I am wearing the shirt today in his honor, but that's all you're going to get from me.
There you go. But in his honor, because it's been so long since we saw him, over 300 days, I believe, an ACL, and he looks pretty spry. Could, Gabby, you go first. Could you please share your favorite remake, reboot, or sequel in any format or genre? Do you have a favorite reboot, sequel, whatever? Just the next thing.
I mean, Too Fast, Too Furious.
You are after Tosin's heart. Honestly, that is Tosin's favorite franchise of all time.
Oh my days.
What did he say? Forget about it, cuz. Like.
Okay, that kind of went sideways. But yeah, that would have been Tosin's answer for sure. For 100%. Sure. 100%. Family indeed. Coach, when you're done laughing, what is your favorite reboot, sequel, or remake?
Really easy answer. Terminator 2. That is yeah. I don't need to explain it. It's the best film ever.
Before we get back to the footy, I have one more question for both of you.
Yeah. What about yours, actually?
Me?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I don't enjoy things. I'm just
No, you do.
here.
You do.
I'm just here until I'm not.
I think I'm gonna guess, and this might be a typical answer. If it's not Godfather 2, it is. Oh no, that's not. I was gonna say Predator, but Predator is obviously the first one.
No, it's definitely not Predator.
No.
I don't really have one, to be honest with you. I thought of a question. What's that?
So it's not Godfather 2.
No, it's not Godfather 2. I'm not that pretentious. It insists upon itself. I don't believe that. That's Seth MacFarlane. But I have another question before we move back to the football. Sorry, folks. How come you didn't tell the listeners or myself about this Claire Obscure Expedition 33 video games? Like, did you guys not play this game? And if you didn't, how come it's so popular and won all the awards?
Gabby, you can go first, but I can give my answer.
Wait, what's the video game? I missed it.
Claire Obscure, the one that won the most game
yes,
awards like ever.
I'm not a RPG girly, so that's
fair enough. Coach, what's your excuse?
It's on the backlog. So no, seriously.
Said every gamer ever that the backlog is long.
My backlog is actually kind of huge, but yeah, I'm gonna get to it for sure. It's one of those games because of how popular it is and how good it is. Like Elden Ring, for example. Elden Ring is not really my kind of game, but I had to play it because of how popular it was, and I really fucking love it. Absolutely, it's an incredible game. And this, I think there's another game coming out which is similar vibe. Phantom Blade Zero next year, I think. Deen, I'll send you the trailer. You're gonna love it anyway. That's another game that you just kind of have to play because of how good it's going to be, whether it's not at your speed. So
yeah. We shall see. But I want people to know that I haven't lost my touch at all. I'm going to rewind us and hit you with a pause for backlog. We're going to pause backlog. I don't like backlog. I'm not allowing that word anymore. We're back to the basics. All right, on to the lineup, folks. It was Raya, White, Saliba, Hincapié, Timber, Zubimendi, Rice, Eze, Saka, Martinelli, and Gyokeres. Ricardo Calaferi is obviously suspended. Gabby, MLS not starting. I was a little surprised by that. Were you?
No. I'm going to be honest. No, I was not, because he has not played well in the last few weeks. And I think it's been noticeable, very noticeable. And it's not even just that he's not playing well. I don't think he's completely lost his confidence, which at least for me, it was apparent when he came in today. So I'm not surprised that Mikel is kind of, let me just take him out and let him sit on the bench for a little while. Not to punish him, but to keep him out of the limelight. Yeah, protect him.
I didn't think he was that bad today, but we'll talk about him a little bit more later. Were there any other surprises in the lineup for you, Gabby?
I'm thinking, and I feel like the only surprise in the lineup for me was Saliba. I didn't think he was back because Mikel's been lying. He's been days away for 3 weeks. So
wasn't he supposed to be fully fit for Everton? That's what Arteta said yesterday. I think he said he's back for Everton.
He said he'd be fully fit for Everton. But I was like, so he's not playing this game? Okay,
yeah, that was my thinking as well. So, Coach, obviously we're going to whine about the way this game unfolded, even though when I watched the highlights again after an hour after the game, it didn't feel that bad. If you didn't sit through the game, you could be mistaken and think that, Arsenal actually played well.
Yeah.
I don't think we did, but again, we'll get into it. Coach, do you think our relative lack of pep, if you will, had to do with the changes in the back line? Because it felt like we did too much in the back line. Between MLS not starting when I felt he probably could have, despite the form issues, Saliba on the left instead of where he typically is, Hincapié as a fullback. It felt like there was a lot going on back there, and it maybe affected what happened further forward on the field.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with the question, because that's why I think everything affects everywhere else because of the type of team we are. So there are some teams where the defense can be a little bit, but then their attack will fire them. Do you know what I mean? Like Liverpool, basically. Whereas with us, our defense will definitely affect the way we attack, basically, because of the areas of the pitch we want to play in. If we don't have the confidence in our backline to play a certain height kind of thing, our attack suffers for it. So with Saliba going left centre back, I don't think I have a huge issue with it. I just think it's his first game back, and his presence actually helped us, but the balance for me was off. It's another new partner for Hincapié in that regard, because he's had Mosquera, he's had Saliba already, he's had Timber kind of thing. So it's completely new. That side of the pitch is brand new. Whereas Timber and White, they've had a couple games together already, and they're both great and experienced players. So yeah, I think that really set the tone. There was just a little bit. We were fine with the ball, but whenever there was high lumped ball, bouncing balls kind of thing, there was indecision, there was lack of communication there, and it just encouraged Wolves, even early in the game. Yeah.
Gabby, I was a little surprised that we didn't get some more rotation or rest for Zubimendi and White. I feel like we've kind of been flogging White a little bit since he got back. It's like, and we end up paying for that later in the game, but I thought he could have been rested today. Do you agree?
He definitely could have been arrested today, but while I do agree we have...
It wasn't that bad. Come on.
He definitely could have been arrested today. Turn this on. As much as I feel like we're kind of flogging him, I feel like unfortunately, he's our new Tomiyasu. You kind of have to play him when he's available. Like, you just kind of have to you have to, because just like we saw today, he's out again. And I don't know how long. I don't know if Mikel's already talked about it or whatever. But when he came off, I did not have a good feeling. Plus, because of the shortage in the back line and what we have in defenders, we started Norgard at center back in the last game. I understand why he kind of had to play, because Timber was playing he needs rest, and he was also playing in another position. So it's just kind of whatever. Zubimendi was the one. I was like, why is Zubimendi starting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're going to have to figure out where to rest him. And at this point, he's not going to get rest. And I feel that way about both Declan Rice and Zubimendi. But Declan just missed a game recently. I think it was the last game, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So I'm like, Wolves at home, I think you could do that without Zubi. I guess not. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah. Which begs the question, Coach. Is this one of those games? I mean, like, Wolves, interestingly enough, you'd think a team that has 2 points, maybe the worst team in the history of the Premier League, which you should speak on, by the way, as you answer. You think this is where you want to play 2 10s, more than, a double pivot of 2 tired midfielders in Zubimendi and Rice. This felt more like a one of Zubimendi or Rice with Odegaard and Eze in front of him. Do you think Mikel missed a trick there?
Yeah, I mean, just to follow up the point about the defense, the way the defense was sort of compiled affected our midfield today, because I think Arteta went for the insurance option of, let me just have my two superstars in front of the defense, because of whatever the hell we've got going on back there. It's nowhere near our full strength defense kind of thing. So let me just do that. But Wolves are really crap. And the game on Monday, I was watching it, and I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, I say teams are shit all the time. Like, I support Arsenal, so everyone's shit to me. And I say, this team's so shit, they're so rubbish. But Wolves, I audibly said it out loud. I said, this team is crap. And I meant it from the bottom of my heart. Like, they're bad, horrendously bad. I even said to the guys in the group chat as well, I said that it feels as if they're going to get fined if they have a good first touch, basically. So they were that bad. So it almost kind of, it got to a point where I was like, okay, everyone's scared of being the team that's going to lose to Wolves, basically, because they're that bad. That's what it feels like. They're a ticking time bomb.
You think it was a psychological thing?
Yeah, they're a ticket, because somebody's going to lose to Wolves. I mean, I kind of want to see how far this goes. I kind of hope they don't win a game, because I just want to see how it'll be funny if they don't win a game. But somebody will lose to Wolves, and nobody wants to be that team. And the longer it goes on, the better Wolves seem to get, basically, is what I'm saying. So by the time we play them again, I hope they would have won a few games, basically. But yeah, the 2 10s, I would have liked for it to have happened, because I think we could have just, first 10-15 minutes, we'll start really fast, get into them, forward runs, we're spamming them with a whole bunch of siege football, and then we kind of knocked their confidence a little bit. But after the first 10 minutes, they grew, and we couldn't even manufacture those sort of what's what I'm looking for? We couldn't generate football, basically, in and around their box. We just couldn't. And I don't think 2 10s at that point, with the way that we played, would have changed that, because of just how shit everybody was,
Man. So, Gabby, do you think us being shit was a matter of tempo? Were we playing too slowly, or what was it? A technique accuracy thing? What's your diagnosis?
Personally, I think it, at least in the first half, I genuinely thought it was personnel. Like, I thought it was personnel. I wanted to see. I've been saying the last few games, like, we haven't had a good game since. I was thinking about it. We haven't had a good game since Bayern. Like, genuinely good. I don't think we've played well. We've won, but I don't think we've actually played well. And I was like, I kind of want the starters to sit, and I want some of the secondary players, the bench players, the finishers, if you will, that Mikel likes to call them. I want them to start. Madueke was playing like a house on fire. Like, he wants it. He was playing like Trossard plays when he's been sitting on the bench for too long. I was like, I kind of don't want to see Martinelli. I never really want to see Martinelli unless he's coming in like 10 minutes to go and you need a goal. But I was like, I don't want to see Martinelli. I kind of want to know what Odegaard looks like. Like, I want him to kind of play a full 90 now. I don't know if he's fit enough to play a full 90, but I want to see it.
I think he did. No, he didn't love
Did
it.
he? Because I honestly couldn't remember if he came off or not.
No, he came. Odegaard came on.
Okay. I was like, I couldn't remember.
I feel like he played the full 90 against Villa. He did.
Yes, he did against Villa.
Thank you. I was like, I want to see that. I want him to get back into the team and get back into the rhythm. Like, I want to see that. Also, I need to see more from Eze. Since the Spurs game, I don't think we've seen. I can't even say nearly enough, just anything at all. Like, I don't think we've seen anything at all. I think he had one moment that was really, really good with a passing behind to Saka today, but that was it. Like, I was like, where's the shots? Like, and also nobody's shooting. Like, where are the shooters at? Like, I was like, somebody needs to be shooting, especially at the top of the box. You guys cannot keep getting the ball at the top of the box and not getting the shot away. It's pissing me off. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, but to be fair to the team, it was a very bitty game. A lot of fouls, a lot of dives, and the ref was involved in every little moment. And the game was just sort of dragging, and you'd look up and another 5 minutes had passed. But even so, there were enough moments within that first half, as bad as it was, for us to have quite a bit to talk about. Gabby already talked about Martinelli. He was probably the biggest frustration in that half, Coach. I felt all the good things we did seemed to die at his feet. Well, maybe that's a little harsh, but
It felt
like opportunities fell to him, and he just didn't do what he should do with those opportunities. He didn't even really work the goalkeeper in any instance. Does Mikel is Mikel supposed to be telling him as we walk up to the pitch, like, it's the Champions League, bro? Or should he just be coming off the bench at this point?
Yeah. So my thing with Martinelli is I'm one of his biggest fans. He will always have a fan in me, and this isn't an excuse for him, but I think sometimes knowing his strengths and weaknesses, it's similar, which we'll get on. It's kind of similar to Gyokeres a little bit, but we kind of set him up to fail a little bit. Like, he is the finisher, and I don't mean in the literal sense where he just finishes chances, but he's the finisher in the sense if you get him the ball in a dangerous position, he will make the final action. His final action is actually quite consistent. Obviously it's not Trossard, Saka level, Eze level, but it's good. It's better than Madueke's. Do you know what I mean? And we put him in positions where he facilitates. I don't want Martinelli facilitating. It just really, really. That's where our attacks die. If he is facilitating, if we can build on the left, which we can, and he's involved in it and he's running onto stuff, great, no problem. Martinelli shouldn't ever be trying to, play certain passes because, no, basically. He should be getting on the end of those, basically, and then making it happen from there. But, yeah, if we're going to talk about the left-hand side, again, Hincapié playing left-back, Rice running and receiving high and wide was a clear tactic. Didn't work. I know why it happened, because Odegaard came on in the second half and started doing it in the second half from the other side. I know why we do it. It's to essentially try to pull one of their midfielders or wing-backs even wider into a position where they're not comfortable and open up a lane for someone to make a run into. Wolves weren't biting. They couldn't give a monkeys if Rice was there. They just said, okay, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So... yeah, that left side for me was just stale, and I'm not blaming anyone other than really Arteta, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I love Martinelli as much as the next guy, but this was not a game for him to start.
No,
Wolves may not have played a deep block
no,
all season, really, but it was kind of predictable that they'd come to the Emirates and do that.
exactly.
Because if there's a team that has an excuse to bust out a deep block, it's the team at the bottom of the table with 2 points away to the team leading the table. Like, I mean, you'd have to expect that. So to play a guy that thrives in space, or to play two guys that thrive in space, because there's a conversation about Gyokeres as well, Gabby. Was he the right selection for this game? Like, obviously, Gabby Jesus just got back, but he's clearly better in a deep block scenario. Even Marino might be a better choice in a deep block scenario, I think.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because I've been thinking, there's been a lot of conversation about Gyokeres. Some like good conversation, but some disingenuous. And I was thinking about all the strikers that we have, like whether they're injured or not. All the strikers that we have 4, because I'm gonna include Mikel Moreno at this point. Mikel Moreno, Gyokeres, Kai Havertz, and Jesus. Only one of them is a true number 9. The other 3 are false 9s. They're all false 9s, and we always look better with a false 9 up top. Like, I'm sorry, we just do. And I was like, is this a system fault? Because like we knew this when we bought him. And like I was under the impression that we were going to change or tinker the way that we set up so we can like, you know, flow better with him. And it's not working. Whatever we're doing, it's not working. And I know people are talking about, oh, well, he doesn't get any like service and all that stuff. And I'm like, some of that shit may be true, but it on both ends from the system, the way that we play, and also him by himself, his actual attributes. It's just not working. It's not working at all. I don't think this is like his worst game. I mean, he had some good touches and stuff like that in and around when he like holding up the ball. He had a shot, I think in the second half that like just flew past the far post.
That's one of the best things I've seen him ever do for us.
Exactly, and that's
what
the problem.
I want from him.
That's what we want from him, and that's one of the best moments that we've seen from him this season. Yeah. But it's not coming as frequently as it should. For a team who, I know this is not the game to say we are creating chances left and right, but like for a team who very readily creates chances, like our striker is not putting them in and not getting them either, which does not make sense to me. Like there's a moment you're gonna have to remind me if it was in the first or the second half where Saka gets past his man, gets the ball across the 6, and nobody is there. Like if our striker, who could be a tap-in merchant if you want, he is somebody who is very clinical or has shown to be very clinical. Like if he's not there, then what is the point of playing him? Play the false 9, play Moreno.
Do you know what? Sorry to cut in there, but you know the thing about that chance there is Gyokeres wasn't even in a bad position. He just didn't gamble.
Exactly.
And that sort of chance there straight away that Havertz, for example, again, Havertz doesn't have the striking instincts of Gyokeres, but Havertz runs across the near post there and gets a shot off. First time, 100%. That is 1,000% similar to what like Giroud would do, kind of thing. And the fact that our curious striker in our squad 2 weeks in a row hasn't gambled on crosses across the 6-yard box, I'm starting to think like, what's the point? What's actually the point here? He scored that particular goal against Nottingham Forest, and I thought, oh yes, let's keep creating that chance for him, and it hasn't happened since. It just hasn't happened since, and I'm not saying I'm losing patience with him because I love and respect the guy purely for how he fought to get to us, and I know how hard he works. But the things that you're good at, you're not even doing. Like, help us a little bit, you know.
I do think confidence comes into play.
For sure.
I mean, we will get to that when we talk about Miles Skelly, but like, I just think that Mikel in the pre-match presser talking about how, you know, Gyokeres' stats and like, you know, he's doing what we ask him to do, but he's going to look a lot more confident when he scores goals. He just needs to score goals. Like when he got those scrappy goals against Atletico Madrid,
yeah.
I was like, okay, we can see the kick on, you know, like the performance, like upping the performance in the next game and the next game. And then unfortunately he got hurt. So he has to start at 0 again. but he has to figure it out. Because I am tired of watching games where I'm trying to figure out who is going to score for us. Like, and right now you are the starter. Like, because I can't wait till Kai comes back. I know people are happy about Gabriel Jesus, but I can't wait till Kai comes back. I'm telling you, we play better football when he is there, whether people like him or not. I think we play better football when he's there. But he is also not clinical. Like, I'm ready for Bukayo Saka to be another goal scorer again instead of just a creator. Because right now it feels like he's creating for other people who are not putting the ball into the back of the net. Other than
we're going to get to that actually, because I said something from instant reaction. I just remembered it again now. But yeah, I think he can carry the load for both. But sorry, Dean, go on.
That is quite all right. We need to talk about the incident where we lost Ben White. For once, I don't recall seeing that kind of thing happen for quite a while, where all 10 of our outfielders get caught ahead of the ball. Zubimendi took a risk that he probably shouldn't have. And before we talk about the chance specifically, Coach, I want to sort of expand this theory out to the entire half itself. Like, I felt the reason Arsenal, when we did have the ball, we kind of looked frantic. We looked rushed. There was a lot of verticality that was inaccurate. It was like we're trying to play direct, but we weren't trying to play direct to ourselves. We're just trying to play direct into space. And I remember one point Timber played a ball to Gyokeres and it got shielded out by Mosquera on the other team. And he turns back. I don't know who he's talking to at some point, but the camera focuses on Gyokeres for a brief period. And he's clearly frustrated and remonstrating with somebody. It almost certainly wasn't the ref. And I don't think it was an opponent. And it felt like it was actually yelling at people, like, on some I'm not getting the ball type shit. And I don't know. I kind of want to say that's a good thing. Like, is that a good thing or not?
100%. 100%. Like, if you're playing football, I want my striker to be pissed off if he hasn't scored a goal yet. I want him to be marching around like, I'm the highest paid player here. I'm the one people's come to see, kind of thing. If you guys don't get me the ball, you're gonna hear about it. Like, that part of it is fine. But when someone's confidence sometimes doesn't match up to what we've seen so far, what we think we'll see, that's where I'm just a little bit like, but it's fine. It's fine. This is that part there doesn't even really matter. That's purely subjective. But if he's gonna be moaning at people, that's fine. That's fine. But I don't want my striker to be, that's just okay. Guys, next time, tell them that they're shit and they need to put it on a plate for you again. No, for real, no. But I'm telling you, like, if you, like, Dean, I'm sure you played with some dickhead strikers, because I have.
Of course.
But I love them.
To be a striker, you kind of have to be a dickhead on the low.
Do you know what I mean? I love them because, you almost kind of play a game to a extent where it's like, how long can you get away with this before he loses his shit, kind of thing. But then the more you supply him, kind of thing, the more chances, like, it's just attrition, isn't it? You just have to keep going, in it. I don't know. It's the Gyokeres. Are we gonna have the conversation now, or we
already had the Gyokeres conversation? Let me get to the second half of my question. I'm gonna direct this at Gabby. Okay. I was gonna say that first half was, to me, it felt like a function of the temper setter being tired. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like Zubimendi was playing below his level today. Like, he takes risk on the ball, especially when he's playing with Odegaard. But today, it just felt like none of the risks were really paying off. And we were just giving Wolves the ball too often and making them look way better than they actually are. So back to your suggestion from earlier that he probably should have been rotated today, right?
Yeah. If you can't rotate some players against Wolves at home, I don't know where you can rotate them. Like, genuinely. I just felt like the whole first half was just languid. Like, slow, predictable. It felt very much of last year, horseshoe of death, like, just keep passing around and recycling, but we're not actually. And sometimes it feels like that when we're playing games, but it's not actually like that. We're probing a little bit, trying to, like, see what, where we can open them up. It didn't feel like that in this game to me. It really didn't. It didn't feel like we were probing enough. Like, it was just like holding the ball and hoping for a moment, but not actually forcing a moment. Pulling people out of possession or making a run, and then I will find you or something. It was just nothingness, like, that whole first half. And I don't want to blame that all on Zubimendi, but it obviously does have a little to do with him being, like, tired.
Yeah.
But we have this is December. We have games coming hot and heavy. There's no time for you to be tired. I'm so
Hey.
sorry.
Well, we got a week off. We got a week off before the next game, so that's nice.
He sounds like my man from Sorry for the Predator reference. What's his name again? With the cowboy hat. I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura. Yeah. Good shit. I ain't got
Wait,
time.
before we get away from this, because I just wanted to say something about like when you yelling at your striker yelling at people, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny in the second half. There's a moment that Moreno has the ball and he goes to pass it to Trossard, who's like trying to sprint forward. And he
I saw that.
splits the pass, and Trossard literally turns around and starts screaming.
Goes nuts. Yeah.
What the fuck? And I was like, yeah,
we were actually laughing at that.
Today.
He deserved that. He deserved that. I mean, it was such a dumbass play, to be honest. Like, it was so stupid. But back to the first half, Ben White has to chase back because all 10 players got caught ahead of the ball. Mm-hmm. And he ends up holding onto his left hamstring. Now, watching the replay, it looked like he felt whatever it was pretty quickly. He wasn't at full speed when it happened. So he just kind of pulled up on some, I'm not going to make this worse type shit, as opposed to, I'm busting a gut, fuck type shit, you know? So that's, I guess, a positive. But yeah, we already talked about why he had to play. So I don't think it's fair to get mad at the manager for him playing, because we just don't have a lot of depth back there. And, you know, it's Wolves. You know, you figure we can get through this in second gear. You would think, but this ended up being the most simultaneously dramatic and boring game in the history of Arsenal, it felt like.
Life and death of Wolves at home, man.
But then MLS came on, Gabby, and I know we already discussed his lack of confidence lately, but I felt like he actually added a little bit of impetus when he first came on. Don't you agree?
Positionally, yes. Like, he came on and did what he was supposed to do. Like, you know how MLS is going to play. He's going to take a touch, pull the defender in, you know, and then try to blow past them and, you know, run into the midfield. But there were moments where I was like, you have space to like actually do something, but he doesn't look like he wants to take the risk anymore. He was playing a little bit safer today. And I don't know if it was because of the way the game state was or because he's just not confident. Personally, I just think he's just not confident. I don't think he's confident when he's playing now. I think he's like overthinking every touch now, because there's a moment in the second half where he gets the ball in space, takes a touch, and then instead of him like getting past his defender and like running into space and then trying to play the ball off to someone, he like turns around and then they get hit. He takes another touch and then the defender's on him and then they lose the ball and they start sprinting towards our goal. And I'm like, why did you do that? Like, I can't figure out if you're in a dip in form genuinely, or if you're like your dip in form is affecting your confidence, or if like you're overthinking everything and you're like, I need to like settle down. I need to like, you know, be a little bit more quiet. I let everybody else have a little bit more emphasis, you know, up the pitch or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, that's not you. You're a like extra confident, like, you know, the English media hates you. Puff out your chest, black boy doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't know the boy, but I suspect it's one of those situations where he's, you know, obviously he's not getting the minutes he was getting last season. And, you know, naturally you're not going to be as confident in that situation. I mean, you're the clear second choice now. And when you play, I think you kind of want to rely on your superpower, if that makes any sense. And for him, it's I guess it's two things. It's shielding the ball and it's carrying the ball. And he just sort of wants to default to that. And his first instinct is to sort of shield and protect the ball before he actually does something progressive with it. And that's costing us at the moment. But at least it's not costing us going backwards. Like, our criticisms of him are probably mostly on the ball. He's not out here getting in one-on-ones or anything like that. So I'm not too mad at it. Coach?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to say I feel like there's been, in each of his last 3 or 4 appearances with the ball, he's given away really, really bad passes that's led to dangerous counters. Now, this isn't a criticism of him, first of all, because MLS is going to be an all-timer for us. But I'm going to be really reductive here and just say that he's 19 years old and this is football. This is what happens. Regardless of your talent level, the really, really good players kind of thing are going to have dips in form. And when they have dips in form, you're going to notice it. You're going to notice, like, oh my gosh, like, is he as good as we thought he was? Kind of thing. It's just like because it's so alien. The standards are so high that you said that it's so alien to. That's why when Saliba might dwell on the ball a little bit longer, or he might look a little bit just off it. You notice it like that because the level is so high that anything that looks even slightly below that, you're like, oh no, that's not good. But that sort of level is what most people would want to get to anyway. And I feel like, without bigging him up too much, MLS is probably of that ilk as well. He's just got so much quality, and when it's not coming off for him, it just looks really bad. But it's just like, well, no, this is still a really good footballer. It's just not. He's just not hitting the lofty heights. His first touch on the ball today, he literally beats the press and finds Martinelli in acres of space, and we have actually a good opportunity to go forward with Rice and Martinelli in having a 2v1, and that's all from MLS. So the quality is still gone.
And Martinelli fucks that up with a silly.
Martinelli didn't even know where the ball was initially, but because MLS has given him so much time with his own play, it doesn't even really matter. It's just that Martinelli still fucks up anyway. So I'm not reading too deeply into his form because he's 19 years old and he's an outstanding talent. So he's gonna have ups and downs between now and I want to say 23. He's 19, bro. Literally between 23 24, he's gonna have those ups and downs in form before he really hits his stride. So yeah, I hope he comes out of this, soon. But I'm not worried. I'm just not.
Yeah, I don't think his performance level is so. It's not at the level we've seen, but it's not so off it that I think it's going to be a liability for the team. He's still a very
he set it
useful
off
player.
really high. So
he did set the bar pretty high. And I guess we're doing a lot of individuals today because I want to talk Eberechi Eze a little bit. Gabby already talked about how he hasn't really done much since the derby. He gave us some nice memories, a lovely hat trick, but it's been a bit quiet since then. Today, I felt like he was pretty quiet for the first 10, 20 minutes of that half. Then he started contributing a bit to the game when he moved away from the D area, from central areas more to go combine with Saka, which was what I was waiting for the entire time. I'm like, go where the fun is, motherfucker. Don't just stand and wait like you're not a second striker. I know you're positioned as a second striker, but go and play. We want you on the ball. Then he promptly gets on the ball and loses it deep at one point, but we're not going to talk about that beyond that. But was this the wrong selection, Gabby, or is this guy just not in great form and we should wait until spring?
Wait until spring.
That's what if you remember, that's what Palace fans said. Like he tends to come alive in the spring. Like the boy is African. He don't like that winter shit.
You are in the wrong country. You are in the wrong country if you wait until springtime. I do think it was partly bad selection because I think he's one of those players. I know you don't have to technically protect him, but I would like to see him protected a little bit, like sit him down on the bench and be like, yo. Because, in the last game, was it the last game? Or the game before that when we lost to Villa, Mikel, hunker and stick. Stinker and hooked.
Right.
He was like, no. Whatever the fuck is going on there, I don't want to see that shit. And I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time to sit him down and be like, okay, we need to put someone else in here. Odegaard is back. I know he can't play full 90s back to back to back to back yet, but we might need to freshen up a little bit. He did grow into the game a little bit. He was helping he grew into the game, but I personally want to see him shoot more. I think that's what we brought him for. I want to see the team shoot more in general, and I think he helps with that. You know what I mean? You're not always going to get this performance, but I want to see more performances like he had against Newcastle. You know what I mean? Where he's you're shooting at every opportunity. Test the goalkeeper.
Yeah. That Newcastle game was when I understood what Arteta sees in him, because we see a lot of things from the comps. We see a lot of things from the game. We know the player, or we think we know him from watching him at Palace and QPR and all the rest. And personally, I'm not really seeing what I really like about him, awfully enough. That's him carrying the ball and going past people. I'm not seeing enough of that. I think maybe we'll see more of it when he settles in on the left wing at some point in the future. But Mikel is this is a man that can access his shot from many different angles, anywhere around the box, and that's where we're going to use him as much as possible. Occasionally we'll play him somewhere else, but this is a shot monster for me. And I don't think he had a shot today.
No. I think
That's
what he did have,
disappointing.
he had 34 touches, which is, I think, had he stayed on the full 90 today, he probably would have got his highest ever touch game for Arsenal, I think, because Eze normally maxes out or gasses out around 30 to 45 touches, somewhere in and around there. But Gabby's absolutely right. He grew into the game, but it wasn't enough. He wasn't playing. What got me is that he was getting on the ball quite a lot, but he wasn't playing to his own strengths. Whether that was a Wolves thing or whether it was, I don't know. But he just wasn't. He was getting the ball. And usually, when Eze gets the ball, it's usually danger. I felt zero danger with him on the ball today. Whether it's maybe that might be a physical thing as well. He did go past his man a couple of times today. He did, and he even attempted a few take-ons, but they weren't in dangerous areas for me. Yeah, Eze he's just a strange footballer because of how much quality he has. You think a player of that much quality should see the ball more in his own style of play, but he doesn't need to, which again, I'm fine with it, but I'm just greedy. I just think, why can't you be a super high touch player? Look at all the quality you have, you know? But again, I think if he's 27 now, he's not going to change. So that's fine.
Hey, we didn't think Granit Xhaka would become the player he became in the last season that he had at Arsenal.
You're right. You're right. I shouldn't rule him out.
I honestly feel as if, and it's going to be sort of unfortunate, given what I've mentioned that I like about the player. That's his carrying, his dribbling. But I think if he streamlines his game and becomes this really efficient shot monster that just gets like a minimum of 3 shots a game, converts one every other game, that's the peak version of that player, I think, at this level of the game. The other stuff is nice, but it's a nice to have, not a needed thing, I don't think, in this squad right now. We have enough of that stuff elsewhere. But yeah, Coach, you were actually at the game. I thought the crowd was, given what was on show today, the crowd was actually fantastic, I thought. Am I tripping?
Yeah, it was good. It was good, and I have to give credit to the Ashburn Army as well. I think this season they have been fantastic, the Ashburn Army. I think they've been really good. They've been exceptional, to be honest. But yeah, there was a fella that was like sitting a couple of rows ahead of me, and he was flipping annoying because he's clearly one of those overly emotional fans. Like he kept on bang because he was sitting on the front row of the top of the upper tier kind of thing. So he could bang the, what do you call it, the advertising hoarding or whatever, and you could just hear him like throughout the entire game just moaning and crying and shit. And it was a shit show. Don't get me wrong, I was moaning as well, but a lot of it was under my breath as well. But he was just being very obnoxious with it as well, and I just can't imagine how you can do that every week. You can't. You really can't. You can clearly, but you shouldn't. But outside of that, I enjoyed the crowd today. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to do that.
Do not forget, unlike me.
I didn't forget. I was gonna put it at the end.
But yeah, Coach, I'd much rather you just push him over the fucking hoarding than come on the podcast and complain about it like a little bitch. Okay, like, are you gonna murder a motherfucker or not?
I'm not getting my Arsenal watching privileges revoked because I can't control my emotions like that.
You can watch Arsenal in jail, you fucking bitch. Come on. Come on, man up and commit a murder so you can enjoy your game experience. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Oh, man. Over to the second half, folks. I'm just going to start at the point where the subs happened because it was kind of more of the same for the first 10 minutes of the second half. The tempo rose a little bit, but not enough to actually make the difference.
Yeah.
Martinelli had a really nice run across Doherty and a cross that Gyokeres might have gotten to, but
it was a shot. I think
it was more a shot than a cross. You're correct, Coach. You're correct. And immediately after that, Mikel made a triple substitution. There was a sort of misinterpreted stat making the rounds over the last week on the internet about how Arsenal make the quickest subs in the league this season. And I was thinking to myself, well, that's because we keep getting people injured in the first half. Did y'all bake that into your analysis? They did not. But we had to do that again today. But that aside, I thought 55 minutes was a good point to make the subs, given what we were saying today. If anything, I would have made them at the half. Was Mikel a little slow still, you think?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what, though. I think I said it on. I might have said it on instant reaction. I can't remember, but not Martin. Say Martin Zubimendi and Martin Odegaard are slowly becoming like shift players. Like they're sharing the shift, and I'm okay with it. But Zubimendi always seems to be like the first casualty when we're chasing a game, and I know why, or trying to win a game, and I know why. It's because Declan Rice.
Because he's black, isn't it?
No, well, there's that. But I mean, Declan Rice is so fucking good at football that he can be a 9 out of 10 at playing as a box 8, and then be a 9 out of 10 playing as a 6 as well. It's no problem for him. So that's fine. And his physical capacity again is just on another level. But the other subs, though, Marino coming on, I thought Gyokeres was going to come off. That's what I thought it was because of Gyokeres just not getting any change, getting anything really. The Trossard sub was the one I was pleased with the most by far because Trossard is I described our wingers as grenades kind of thing, but Trossard genuinely is probably the biggest grenade you can hope to have coming off the bench. You just want to get out of the room. Don't be in the same room as Trossard, basically. And when he comes on, I think he immediately, it signals to our players that, okay, this is someone that will make something happen, kind of thing. Can we get the ball to him often enough? And it also tells the opposition that, oh shit, this guy's got a great record, and we don't know which way he's going to go with either of his feet, kind of thing. Now we have to change the way we play. Do we send somebody else to help our fullback? Do we do we sit a little bit deeper? That it changes the way they play as well, and that's the most important thing. Odegaard is Odegaard, which we'll get to, but Trossard coming off the bench for us, it really changes the balance of so many things for the opposition. So yeah, really pleased with it. But I would have made it. Martinelli wouldn't have come out in the second half for me personally. So
and that's on period.
Yeah. But that's my guy. So
yeah, and it was around then that after those substitutions happened, that's sort of when Gyokeres sort of started making more of an impact on the game. He had a really nice header on the hour mark that could have gone in on a different day. He's not supposed to be good in the air though, so that's fine. Chan, the forward for Wolves, got a yellow for spicy looking tackle on MLS. Gabby, what did you make of that? I have to confess, I was okay with the yellow.
I'm okay with the yellow too. I thought it was a yellow. Like obviously things look worse when you slow it down, but it was just annoying that they were taking so long to do this fake VAR check. We're never gonna give him a red.
It was so quick.
Wrap this shit up.
In the stadium, like we all got excited. Yeah, we're like, oh, I think
We're never gonna give him a red. I do think that his positioning of his foot, I think that the fact that he didn't raise it any higher is the reason why he didn't get that red. But man, the way that it looked, I was like, I wouldn't have been upset if it was a red. I mean, even if I was a Wolves fan, I probably wouldn't have been upset if it was a red because that was not a great tackle. But I think it's an orange.
Yeah. A bit of an orange. I was more annoyed by the fact
as well.
Yeah, I was more annoyed by the fact that was probably like his 5th foul at that point. He committed so many fouls throughout the game.
Persistent fouling.
Yeah, and if he'd gotten booked like he should have been booked, probably in the first half, then he's off. And Arsenal has a better chance to win that game, I think. But that didn't happen. It really shouldn't be much of a talking point, to be honest. I'm just glad MLS is okay. And the full force of the tackle didn't go into his shin, but I was fine.
That guy's a bitch anyway. He went down. He was going down like a sack of potatoes. But that little, what's it called, shoulder to shoulder with Nkapie, the commentator was egging it on like he might have been. No.
But yeah, I can't even blame the commentator. The game was so fucking bitty that he had to drum up fake controversies to keep us involved. Like, I almost fell asleep at points. But then Declan Rice decided, you know what, man? Saka's been carrying us throughout this entire game. Let me step up too. He had a really lovely free kick that got tipped over the bar by Sam Johnston, who had a good game, by the way, I'd say.
He's a bitch,
Then 2 minutes later, Trossard did his little lockpicker stuff and set Rice up for another nice shot from the edge of the box. And from that shot, well, actually it wasn't from that shot. There was a corner from that shot, and there was another play where Rice played the ball in behind to Saka. Wolves cleared it. A replay showed that Saka might have been offside on that play, but we got a corner from it. And from that corner in the 70th minute, the ball essentially took the Olympico route hits the post, hits Sam Johnson, and goes into the net. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Gabby, they all count, right?
That was so peak nonsense. It was so peak nonsense. We haven't had a goalkeeper own goal since Emi Martinez at Aston Villa, Villa Park. That was so funny to watch it happen in real time. I was just like, of course.
I got annoyed that the goalkeeper touched it. I was like, why couldn't it have been Saka's goal, man?
I would have loved it if it was Olympico, but the fact that it even was that close, because I genuinely, I think if he doesn't touch it, I think it still goes in.
Maybe
if it doesn't hit off the back of him, I think it still goes in, and that's the funniest part, because I was like, did Saka mean that? Was he just fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it, or what?
Him and Rice are so good at delivering corners that I'd be okay with them just attempting that every fucking time until Gabriel gets back. Just try that.
Yeah.
Just try that. But I think the most disappointing thing about the goal for me is that it I don't remember what I was going to say, people. I haven't done this in a while. But Coach, more generally, is it fair to say that Saka, and to a lesser extent Rice, but let's talk Saka right now, he sort of willed us to this win today, it felt like.
Saka is what we call the best player in the world. That's what we call him. No, for real though. But I alluded to it in my instant reaction, which you guys should go and listen to as well, because it's out right now.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Please. But we moved, I think that after the goal, so it was around the 73rd to 78th minute, Saka just moved into the center of the pitch. He was standing on the last line with Gyokeres, and he was demanding the ball. His body position wasn't trying to post up the defender. He was standing on the half turn, ready to ghost into the space. He was trying to win the game there. Saka is now at a level for us where he's our match winner, and he also recognizes when it's time to actually take the game away from the team, from the opposition. You can't teach that sort of thing. It's a responsibility, and it's a sense that you just have. Certain players have it. Yaya Toure is another famous one that have it. Yaya Toure knew how to take a game away from the opposition, where he'll just go into, carry mode, locomotive mode, where, all right, we're 1-0 up. It's a bit beaty now. All right, guys, let me go win this game, and it's done. He's done it so many times to see, countless times. And sometimes they end up running out 3 or 4-0 winners. It looks comfortable, but at that 1-0 point, it wasn't comfortable. And Saka's done that for us many times. But today it was more prevalent because of just the pressure we thought we was under. But yeah, I think there's still levels for Saka to go to, but it's very, very clear, and I have no issue with it, that when all else fails, we just try to look for Bukayo Saka. And there is nothing wrong with that. I want people to accept it and embrace it. It's good to have good players that are dependable. It's not bad. Don't be scared of it, guys. It's okay to give the ball to your best player and hope he makes something happen because he's capable. It's okay. I mean, I'd rather give the ball to him than have to rely on someone like, I don't know,
anybody else.
Really? Imagine trying to give the ball to Anthony Gordon. And say, yeah, Anthony, go win us. Do you know what I mean? It would suck.
Why do you have to be so ugly on the pod, man? Chill with all that. Anybody, leave Prince Diana out of this, okay? It's fine.
Not too much on Prince Diana. Girl, I'm so sorry.
I'm just going to ignore him because he knows what he did there, but it's fine.
Listen, I didn't make this up, okay? But yeah, it was just a really, really impressive performance overall. And that period where he moved on to the last line alongside Gyokeres was actually very productive for Arsenal. We just didn't convert a chance to take the game away from Wolves. There were 2 good Odegaard shots in there. Truss had a couple close shaves. Gyokeres came to life. That's when he took the shot Gabby mentioned earlier. It was a really good period, and we didn't get that second goal. And Wolves made some substitutions, and all of a sudden they remembered that they too are a Premier League team. And the last 10 minutes of the game,
not for long.
The last 10 minutes of the game were a little dicey. We also took Gyokeres off for Gabby Jesus in that period, and that was very nice to see. We already sort of talked about him, and he will have something to say before we end this pod. But Wolves sort of took the reins of the game and pinned us back legitimately, and it was like, wow, they're actually a Premier League team. I did not think what I'm seeing right now is possible. Now, to be fair, they weren't creating a whole lot, Gabby, but did you get the sense as they sort of sustained that pressure as the game kept going that Arsenal was taking a risk here?
Absolutely. Like, I know my club. Like, I was like, these stupid motherfuckers about to concede because they're dropping way too deep. And I think that Mikel knew it too, because I saw a quote after the game of him saying that was not instruction for them to drop that deep. He was pissed. Like, they were being sloppy as fuck. Like, I was like, get out of your own half. Even if you guys are not trying to get that second goal, this right here is not control. Like, this not Gabriel and Saliba at the back, like our starting like lineup where we can lock it down 1-0 win. This not that. Okay, you guys look shaky as fuck out there. It was very like, I think I don't know if you felt it in the stadium, but I was like, please just get that second goal, because I know we're going to concede. Like, I can feel it now. I'll be surprised if we come out with a clean sheet now, because the way that you guys are playing, you like play stupid games, get stupid prizes. Like,
so coach, who would you blame for that?
I said it from before. I think a lot of today was on Arteta. It's rare that I genuinely feel like Arteta should bear the brunt of blame. Some obviously players have to, play their game or whatever else, but I just feel like he didn't equip us the best, and that game state was the culmination of those earlier decisions, I think. But with that being said, I can't blame him for exactly what the hell those players are doing, because it's Wolves. Like, Wolves don't have good players, bro, and you're letting them, like, no disrespect. I mean, João Gomez people were bigging him up today. He was just going around kicking people.
You're a Thierry Henry type of manager. Like, just go. It's fucking Tottenham, bro. Yeah, like, what do you mean?
No, but for real. So when I was watching them actually overload us on the wing, and then actually create like really dangerous situations and making us play the game that they want, I was just like, but it's like, they're shit, bro. Like, what are you doing? Sometimes it's not about all these technical terms or whatever. Sometimes it's just remembering that you guys are rubbish. We're going to win the league, and you guys are getting relegated. And we didn't even attempt to play it in that like 6-minute period at all. The next time we got the ball back was after they scored, and I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it, and that's what makes me realize that a lot of this shit is in your head. It's just in your head, really. Like, Wolves are not as bad as they think they are, and we didn't need to be as scared as we were in that situation. I mean, Wolves could have played with that tempo, whatever else, and we could have just batted it away had we just believed a little bit. That's what I feel like, at least.
Honestly, I personally blame the captains for that. Let's just get to the goal. Matheus Mane, he looked very sharp coming off the bench. He was on for like the last 7 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But his touches were all very nice. It looks like he's a young player that they rate very highly. Looking forward to seeing him in the future. Just not at the Emirates, because he pissed me off today. But he played this very lovely low flat cross that Tolu Arokudare gets a head on. Very clever header. For me, the cross should not come in the first place. And that means that the pressure up top from our attackers, our pressing, is not intense at all. We're just kind of standing off the ball and blocking spaces. Odegaard and Saka are just kind of watching this kid play the ball. Like, what you going to do? His first touch in the game was to run at Saliba. And Saliba just took the ball off him. And I could tell the kid was thinking, oh shit, it's just like on TV. Like, yeah, nigga, he's that good. He's that good. But then I guess Saka and Odegaard looked at it and was like, well, he couldn't do anything with Saliba. Well, no one can do anything with Saliba. You should mark people. He plays the cross in. Lovely header. I ascribe no blame to Raya there. Even Hincapié, I thought, he's just out here smelling everyone's cologne. I have no criticism for it. Sometimes a team just scores a really good goal, and that was a really good goal.
I feel the same way. It was definitely on not Gabriel, definitely on Saka and Odegaard. When I watched it back, I was like, that's just a good goal. That's just a good goal, but you guys can stop the cross. You're both staring at him like, what? What did you think was going to happen? The cross was just going to get cleared. I mean, personally, I just think Hincapié couldn't have done much more. Like, he did the exact thing that I always ask our defenders to do, especially if you're playing like in Gabriel's position, which is be on top of your man. Pause. Like, be on your man. Like, man, mark. Don't mark space. Mark your man.
He was backlogging the fuck out of that dude. I got the header anyway. He got the header anyway.
Guy got the header anyway. Like, Ryan didn't even jump because it happened so fast. I was like, that's why you blocked the cross. Come out to meet him. You're just staring at him. Like, what the fuck was that?
Do you know the thing that annoys me most about that goal? We're gonna need him to do that in the AFCON, and he won't. That's really because he had a chance against Congo that was harder than that and didn't score.
Like, listen, man, do not speak of Nigeria in my presence, okay? That's my only condition for coming back on this podcast. Do not speak of Nigeria. Like, oh, fuckers. Anyway, emotionally, when that goal goes in, Gabby, what were you thinking? Like, where, because it's impossible to divorce watching any single game from the title race. Where did your mind go? Share your darkness with us, please.
To be fair, I was being petty. I said, you guys deserve that stupid shit. Like, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. I was begging Wolves to score earlier because I was like, if Wolves scores earlier, we'll like kick on. Like, you know what I mean? Like they'll up it and be like, oh, we have to win this. I was like, of course we just conceded. Now you guys have to go out and win it. And you have left yourself minutes to do that. Like, literally minutes. They scored in the 89th minute, 90th minute?
Yes, the 90th minute.
And they put up that 6 minutes of stoppage time. I was like, well, you got 6 minutes. Go figure it the fuck out. Like, you're playing at home against the worst team in the league that has not won a game this season. Figure it the fuck out. These are the games you have to win. I just felt like this was one of those games that we should have, like, it should have been let your hair down, play around them, easy day at the park. No, bro.
Ethan hat trick.
Listen, man, that was like, bruh.
It should have been the Bruges game. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you guys making this so hard? Like, come on. Don't.
Well, in any event, 4 minutes into the 6 minutes of added time, Saka takes it upon himself again, runs down the wing, cuts in on a strong foot, puts a great cross in. Initially, it looks as if Gabby Jesus has resurrected. But upon further review, Mosquera scores an own goal. So that means 2 own goals for Arsenal today, Coach. What was the energy like in the stadium? Because I kind of blacked out. I don't actually know that anything happened after that. I also expected us to still win the game, because 6 minutes felt like a lot. I'm like, oh, that's plenty of time. Like, Wolves are shit. But what was the mood like in the stadium?
So I was hyped. We all were hyped, right? But the petty in me immediately just looked. I was just looking for all the Wolves players, and you guys probably can't see it probably, but can you guys see that? He's crestfallen. I'd take a picture. I was trying to kiss my screen, bro. I was so happy.
Make sure you guys are watching this on YouTube, folks.
I caught the end of it, but he was lying on the floor for the entirety of the celebrations. And the reason why the restart took so long to even start because he was just on the floor. His player had to come and get him, and it just that meant more to me than the goal. Basically, I just needed to know that he was sad. Really sad, and he let us all know that.
Yeah, I'm glad that he was really sad, given the shenanigans he pulled the last time.
That's what I was gonna say. Wasn't the same guy who did that last year?
Yeah. Yep, he was the one putting thumbs up butts and shit. So fuck him, and fuck Wolves, and fuck Wolverhampton.
I will say though, just on the goal, Saka, right, is so fucking smart. So we normally look at it and think, oh, why do teams always like leave Saka 1v1? Why does he always just the fact that he always gets double teamed, kind of always finds a way, kind of thing. I need people to start looking at his movement before he gets the ball. He's a shark. He's genuinely a shark, like Mbappe level sort of shark in that regard. He just tucks inside a little bit and just takes a little jog backwards, like takes a little jog like sort of backwards, while the ball is circulating between I think Odegaard and Rice, I think, and then when Odegaard gets the ball, looks up and gets the ball again, Saka's now actually taken the defender where he wants to go. And as he's jogging back, the defender's like, oh, I can't come out to him now because if I do, someone's going to dart into that space. So Saka manufactures that space for himself, by himself, and gets his head up to put in a really good ball. He's just elite at it all, man. He's just so good. Like, so fucking good. Like, he won us that game today. In a game that he didn't score in none of our players scored in. He won us that game. I don't know if he gets better than that. I feel like you kind of
have to give. I don't know if FPL. Some people in the comments tell me if the FPL owners who have Saka, if he got that assist, because I feel like he kind of has to.
I need to know.
He was my captain this week too, so I'm kind of pissed because I know he's not going to get what I need him to get. Because that should be 2 assists right there. But whatever. Actually, the Olympico should count as a goal. Really, like fuck it. Like if you can hit the post from there, like come on, just get it. Like, fuck it. But yeah, I guess I have to admit that I was kind of relieved because I was like, it's actually less about the result because I'm like, there's plenty of time to make up that 2 points if you drop them. You shouldn't drop them, but there's plenty of time. It's December. But I'm just like, I don't want to have to like read the articles and listen to the podcast and listen to the back. Like, I don't just, guys, please, no, I don't. Just put the 5-point gap back in place. And if the people chasing us do what they do, fine. But put the gap back in place. Put the pressure on them. All right, let's do our job. And it was lovely to see that go in.
Wharton, rise.
And I'm very pleased to report that we're able to see Gabriel Jesus dribble across half of the pitch and ruin a very lovely move with his shit ball striking.
Way that
I've missed you so much, bro. Like, thank you for giving me what I actually remember about you.
Oh my God. I watched that and I said, and this is why Jesus pisses me off so bad, because how can you be so good at football and do shit like this all the time? Like, I literally, the day before I watched, they put out the shooting drills, like behind the scenes on Arsenal's like YouTube account. And I was watching Jesus and I said, every single shot was a side foot to the game. Why? Do you know how to put your laces through the ball? Someone teach this man how to put his laces through the ball.
Real quick, coach, you still play. I feel as if the preferred technique among all players has changed in the last decade or so. It's a lot of side footing. People don't really do laces that often. Like some of the, like Sheshko does it, Gyokeres does it when he's not twerking on people and falling over. Oh shit! I just realized that Gyokeres just remind me of Lacazette right now.
Oh my God!
So
no, you're a terrible person.
Do you know what? It's a function of the way you're defended against now. A lot of the time, you're especially the sort of goals that are scored now. You're coming onto the ball. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really...
I'm going to pause that.
I should. That was mad. That was my fault. That's a yellow card. That's definitely a yellow card. Sorry, man.
That's an orange card.
But, for example, you look at the players that score the most goals now in world football, for example, now, they're usually coming in from a wide space. So... if you're lacing the ball from wide, you're basically adding Shearer because nobody does that anymore. It's the safe option, and it's the option that yields the best, the most results. Like, not everybody can lace it from those sorts of angles. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still like we're still lacing. I scored the other day actually lacing the ball. It's fine, but
we don't believe you, nigga. Don't speak about that again. Just
also, you're not getting paid for this shit. That shit was for free.
Yeah. What? But the point I'm making is that it's still widely used. But you just look at where the sorts of goals, the sorts of attackers now that are scoring all the goals. Look at the positions that they're taking up, and yeah, it's. When I get excited when I see Saka lace the ball, like the other day against Aston Villa from distance, where he's made Thingy make the save. Martinez made the save.
Martinez.
You know what I mean? Noni the other day as well. Yeah. Again, so
you know what? That was actually kind of a side foot.
It might have been.
It was more of a side foot than a laces shot,
He's punted the shit out of it, man.
he went like what the L1 all power, full power on that shot.
Yeah, I don't know how nerdy you want to get on this, but I'm gonna say that I feel like it was at half and half because of where he was coming in from, kind of thing. So right. He must have hit it. He must hit some of it with the top of his foot. I feel like
it was almost like the valve shot that people take from those free kicks. Remember when they used to try to hit the valve part of like was kind of one of those shots. So it was kind of in between a little bit. Next game is away at Everton. There's a week of rest. That's what's blowing my mind. It's a week without 3 games. Incredible. They have a week off. It's like, what am I going to do with myself midweek? Like, do my job? Like, what?
I'm just happy that the players can train for at least 4 days in a row. that's the thing that makes me the happiest. Every time I remember the Frankie de Jong article, him just speaking about how players can't even get better because they can't train because it's just games. It's like some players this week might do someone like Miles Lewis Skelly the world of good. It genuinely might. Do you know what I mean? Someone like Gabby Jesus is gonna do wonders for Gabby Jesus for sure. It's probably gonna do wonders for Gyokeres as well. So yeah, it's good. It's good, man.
All right, I hope so. I mean, the schedule doesn't get any easier, really. And I blame that on Rodri. If your bitch ass, you tore your ACL, sat on your ass that whole time when you should have been putting up that union, telling them to let's. Too many games. Come on, wrap it up.
Oh man, she said Rodri should have signed up with the Teamsters and said, "Nah, he living like Jimmy Hoffa." That's crazy. Anyway, folks, thanks for joining us as always. We really enjoyed having you on the pod with us. Like, share, and subscribe as per usual. Gabby, anything else for the folks?
Listen, we're still on top. We're still on top. Have some faith, league, just baby. A little bit. Baby.
Coach, parting thoughts?
Saka's the best player in the world, man. I love you guys.
Fair enough. You know what? Tell the people.
Peace.